My name's Tom Gallagher. I'm from Hamilton, Montana. Well, in 2003, I was going through some physical issues. My bones were disintegrating from the inside out, and everything was breaking from my feet through my hips, and my ribs were fraying. And they were trying to diagnose what I had, and it turned out that I had a condition called Tumeral Osteomalacia, in which there was a tumor sending signals to the kidney, not to the final breakdown of vitamin D. So nothing connected with vitamin D was metabolizing in my body. So I was in pretty desperate shape at that time. I'd been a believer since 1970 and had seen a lot of miracles and tried to follow the Lord. But at that time, I was to the point of to the point of almost being disabled. I could barely walk, and the doctors were going to send me to Virginia Mason in Seattle to try and diagnose me, or it was a better facility, and that fell through. And by chance, a woman was walking down the street as my wife was sweeping the front porch, and we had known her and hadn't seen her for a while, but she asked how I was doing, and my wife said, "Well, he's not doing very well." And she said, "Well, I've got a book for him to read." So I devoured the book in a week, and no thought of going back to Georgia, but I called the hotline, and after the first medical intake interview, they said, "Well, we kind of know what's going on with you, Tom. Call back in a week and we'll discuss it further." And in that week, since we had already planned to go to the Portland area, which fell through as far as insurance and other obstacles, we drove over, jumped on an airplane and flew to Thomaston. And in 2 days, I went from barely being able to walk to getting rid of the crutches, and I was basically healed in 2 days. And my life has never been the same since. I went back to the doctor, the endocrinologist in Missoula, and he said, "Tom, whatever happened to you, I didn't do it." And he was just, the condition I had was very rare. There were about 250 people in the world that had this, this condition, and it was pretty severe. Well, I lived each day. We did the best we could. Had a family of 5 children between us, and just kind of raised a family. But it was a struggle daily, and I guess the issue that as I was going through this, I thought, Lord, I've been a believer since 1970. I've seen multiple miracles and so on. I said, I'm reading more, I'm praying more, and I'm dying. What's going on? And there was some concern as far as, I guess, just dealing with life. And but as I came here, my eyes were just open to things that I hadn't perceived or seen before as a believer. Well, it's each day is, I feel like I'm growing each day. A lot of the questions are being answered as I live each day. I just feel like my walk with the Lord is, each day, of course, is a challenge in this world, but my love for the Lord is growing, and it's there's just much more joy and much more, I guess there's a basic confidence that the relationship with the Father is so important, and that rest and trust that is developing more and more. I would strongly suggest that whatever it takes, get here.